Hello and welcome, dear Rangers. I hope many of you are doing well. Well, it's the most spookiest time of the year. Already, Monomi Park has released a new event for Slime Rancher. Well, kind of. It's a October slime activity set, where for each day of October, share an original sketch using the prop listing using the hashtag Slimetober. Unfortunately, I may not be able to participate this month. However, I got something a little more different. How different? Well, I went an extra mile to create some unique concept ideas and art that will hopefully expand the game a little more during this spooky time of the year. Before I start, I want to put out as a disclaimer that these ideas are completely fan-made and they are not in the game. I know there will be people out there wondering, oh my gosh, is this actually in the game? No, it would be nice, but it's something that I want to do just for fun and fit the season. I hope many of you enjoy it. Now, let's start out with fashion pots. The Frankenstein wheel or gear. This fashion pod basically has it where that there's two wheels going each side of the slime. Also, there is a patch stitching that goes across the slime's eye, making it seem like it is some sort of undead abomination similar to Frankenstein. Next is the Phantom of the Ghoul. Obviously, this idea was inspired from Phantom of the Opera. This fashion pod will have a little slime mask that goes one side of the slime. It's a simple attachment, but I thought it would be very fitting for the theme. Next is Slimecula. This fashion pod includes a cape and fangs for your cute little slime, or in their case, for your cute blood-sucking slime. If you haven't already tell, this fashion pod is based on Dracula. The last fashion pod idea is the cave slime. This pod will include a club, a bonehead decoration, and an animal pattern cloth that goes around your slime. This idea was kind of last minute. I was brainstorming some new fashion pods until I came up with a cute idea of cavemen, of their ancient clothing and the past. So I thought, this would be perfect for the Slimies. I have other fashion pods that I came up with, however, I've decided to scrap them entirely. These scrap fashion pods are the Pumpkinhead. This fashion pod was meant to be some sort of pumpkin attachment that went on top of your slime. Next was the construction helmet. This one is a much more classic design that dates back way in the beginning of Slime Rancher. There was actually concept art seen during some moments where some of the areas in Slime Rancher was still being developed. Next is the witch hat, and lastly the gold blanket that was meant to go over the slime. The reason why that these ideas were scrapped entirely, it has to do with complications when adding into the game. Have you noticed that many of the fashion pods in game doesn't have where the item doesn't cover the head of the slime completely? I think it has to do with complications with animating these items on top of slimes. A good example would be rock slime and crystals. You see that these two have spikes all over the body. How does these fashion pods that I have said be put on these two slimes that have spikes poking out of it? Another thing is that I am no game developer, but there's a thing clipping that causes a design to go through and between objects within the game environment. And this could cause issues with the rocks and crystals when added a fashion pod to them. So I think that's why we don't see any fashion pods that go over our head. It's the main reason why I scrapped these fashion pods entirely, to reduce any sort of problems. Okay, moving away from fashion pods to toys. I came up with just one toy, which is the pumpkin patch toy. This toy reduces agitation during a Tar invasion. Now, the biggest one for the Halloween event, I call it the Tomb of the Echoes. It's an event that is only available on October 20th through November 3rd. At this time, a new area of the ancient ruins will become available to explore. You can only unlock this area once you create the EchoNet gadget. Trust me, this gadget is pretty important later on. Once built, go to the ancient ruins where you will find a mysterious pathway that leads you down below its catacombs. These catacombs are just the ruins up above, but like any living slime. As you explore, you will eventually hear bubbly laughter you normally hear from slimes. There you will encounter the mysterious phantom slime, an extremely rare paranormal or cryptid slime that appears only in run-down ruins. As a rancher, your first instinct is to capture it with your backpack, but the slime slips away every time. All the while, you try to avoid getting a knockout by tar. The underground catacombs are littered with unusual tar that can't really be damaged by regular water. Instead of the murky black goo that tars are well known for, these catacomb tars are now each varied in color from yellow, red, blue, etc. The only way to get rid of them is by shooting them with echoes. Shooting a colored tar with the exact color as the echo will instantly get rid of them, so does the echo that you shot at. So it is important to stock up as many echoes in your backpack if you want to survive through the catacombs. The deeper you explore, the more treasure and danger it becomes. More tars are spawned and darker it becomes, making your flashlight a handy tool to use. With each encounter with the phantom slime becomes more and more easier to backpack. The phantom slime has a countdown meter on its head, letting the player know that they are nearing capture. This idea was inspired by Luigi's Mansion. Whenever Luigi vacuums a ghost with his vacuum cleaner, a bar indicator is shown above them. Once the phantom slime bar meter turns 0, it will immediately disappear, making your efforts pointless, but not completely. Upon disappearing, the phantom slime drops a unique item called the slime or companion color. This color allows you to have any pure slime as your pet. It will follow and aid you everywhere you go. As long as the slime has the color, it will avoid tar outbreaks by running away or staying close to you. Your pet slime will even become smart enough to not eat any plort that is dropped on the floor. Also, your pet will assist you in your ranch by giving food to grill slimes, as well as speaking to them to reduce agitation and deposit plorts to the plort market. If you have a VR headset, the companion color can be transferred into the Slime Rancher VR playground, where you can interact and play with your pets. The downside to this color is that it can only be attached to one slime. Also, if you purposely throw your pet into an outbreak of tar and is eaten in the process, the companion color will no longer be available until you build it in the lab. Oh, well, that's it. What do you guys think? You think it'd be a good idea? Do you like the fashion pots? Or the event? Better yet, why not share your own ideas for this spooky time of year? It could be anything that fit the season. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Like always, stay wiggly!